There?
Yep.
Yeah, we're live. What's going on, guys?
We're connecting right now.
Awesome.
Yay.
What's up? I'm Jeremy.
I'm Macy. This is Dubs.
Dubs. We're here at LSH Live. We are back.
Oh, it says air.
That's fine. Good for now. Might reconnect. Who knows? Who knows? Wait. Yeah, see? There we are.
Perfect.
You're on there, looking at your phone.
I wonder what happens.
Awesome. Very good. So we're back.
We are back.
Again. A little bit.
Again, yes.
Macy had some final exams this weekend.
And it went very well, so I passed.
Yes. So she's all set with that. We're very excited.
So you shouldn't miss any more days.
Should not. Weather permitting, coronavirus permitting.
It looks like it's going to be start raining here a little bit, so we have to hurry.
We're going to be quick.
Yeah.
We're going to be quick. But I want to talk a little bit. So a lot of people have asked me about draw reins.
Yes.
And when's the right time to use them and how do you use them and what are you trying to do with them? So I have this is how often I use my draw reins.
Really
we got some seafoam green.
I say, is that
mold?
Mold? Is it mold?
Yeah.
I think it's mold.
It's a barnacle. Like it was out to sea. Like it was at the bottom of Lake Michigan right there. Yep. So these barnacles on there. Hopefully these
grossing me out.
Hopefully these don't give out halfway through our ride.
They
It
might.
could happen. It could happen.
Yay! Hello, everyone.
Yes. Glad we're back. We're glad we're back too.
Yes. I was like, I miss everyone.
Yes. And our barn changed the rules, so we can only be here after 5 o'clock.
Yeah, we're going to be here for 5 o'clock, so all of our lives are going to be from 5.
From 5 to 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. We can be here from 5 to 10.
Yep.
Because they don't want anyone being here during the day.
We got new barn rules. So we're law-abiding citizens over here.
I swear.
So we're gonna do draw reins today, and why I like to use them, what I look for to put a horse in them. A lot of people ask about this.
Yep.
And draw reins are one of those things you can really get yourself in trouble with.
Right.
All right. So I remember being a young kid, and we used to buy. So my background, my family used to buy horses out of the auction, right? And we would buy just the rankest horses you can imagine. We bought a big, huge gray Huntseater, and it just wanted to have its head in the air the entire time. And I was like, I'll fix that. I'll fix that right now. We'll put some draw reins on there. We'll get some work done. I put draw reins on. I went to town. Within 5 minutes, that thing flipped over backwards on top of me. I scrambled and got out of the way. And I was like, oh, they're not going to get the best of me. And I jumped right back on there, and he flipped over within 2 seconds. And I was like, nope, I'm done. I'm done with the draw reins for a little while.
Forever.
Because you can get yourself a little bit of trouble with the draw reins.
I'm kind of a fan of draw reins. I'm not really a fan of draw reins.
People get too aggressive in them is the problem. People get way too aggressive.
Well, it's so easy to get super tight on them.
Yes. What you have to remember is that you are not pulling against their face, okay? So you're not going to be pulling against their face.
Thank you, Mommy.
Dust storm warning, wow.
Dust storm, that's insane.
Yep.
Oh, no.
So we want to make sure you guys understand how and why to use draw reins, kind of things that I look for and what I'm doing with them. And just remember, when you pull on a set of draws, you're not pulling on their face. It's going to slide a little better than this usually. It's going to slide through that ring. So all you're really pulling on is the ring. So you're not going to really feel your horse down your hands. Okay?
Well, at least I can see the clips. You know, it's very bright.
I would think as I get working, if that doesn't saw all the way through, then we may have a little equipment failure.
We might have a wreck on camera today.
We might have some equipment failure. We'll see. But so what you want to do in the draw is you want to make sure that you get, this one's almost as bad, you get to where that horse sits in your hands, okay? So that way you talk to his shoulders, because it's going to be really easy to fold his chin up behind your draws and get in trouble, okay? Because then when you keep pulling, he's going to keep going here until he says no, and he's going to fling his head up and flip his head upside down, right?
Hello, Barb. Blizzard's nicer there than Blizzard.
Blizzard?
Blizzard?
Oh, no. Blizzard, that's not good.
What?
We have that beautiful weather today. It was 70 degrees.
We went for a long walk because there's something for us to do during the day.
Yeah, we
just are
nothing going on.
5 o'clock yet. 5 o'clock yet. So we went for a super long walk.
Yes.
You guys watched Super Bowl Tornado Watch.
Tornado Watch.
Be careful.
Wow, be careful. There's extreme weather everywhere. Yeah. We've had the greatest weather of this whole summer.
It was gorgeous today.
Beautiful.
It was 73. We wish we could have been out here and ride.
Yeah.
But it's okay. At least
we have this, right?
Yeah.
It's a start. It's better than the other day. So let's
draws terrified me. Had one trip in
somersault over me. Yeah. So draws can be scary, so we'll go over what we try to do in draws. So today's equipment setup: draw reins and a rubber snaffle. Okay?
Hello, Jennifer. You're so welcome.
Draws and a rubber snaffle. So we're gonna go over this horse tends to fold behind my hands, right? If you've caught doves before, we talk about how he hides his chin a lot. So we can circumvent that a little bit by putting him in a rubber snaffle.
Yep.
So something he's going to push on. I am not going to try to get this horse to give his chin and really flex up in his pole in a rubber snaffle.
Right.
I want him to push in a rubber snaffle. I want him to lean on it. So hopefully we can see that today. Hopefully you guys can kind of see the advantages of using draw reins, and then kind of decide for yourself with new knowledge if you should use them or not on your horse.
Yep, for sure.
Okay?
Looks chilly there.
It's nice now.
It's super nice.
No coat today.
Yeah, this is
One
nice.
of the
Just a
first
sweatshirt.
times.
I was gonna wear a t-shirt, but then the sun went away, and I was like, no, probably not. I might be a little chilly.
Yeah.
But no, it's like 60.
65 now. It's going to start getting chillier as the wind picks up and it gets colder.
We're gonna have a rainstorm here in a little bit, so
let's get started. Yeah, let's get started.
Stop talking.
All
All right, I'll take this from you,
flip this
Mom.
around here.
Hello.
There you go. All right. So, a couple different ways. You want to come up here, Mason?
Yep.
A couple different places you can clip your draws, and really what this is going to do for you is decide the height of your neck. Okay. So where I clip these draws is going to be directly related to where on this horse I'm trying to set his head and neck. So a couple different positions for you guys. Come right here. Come right up here. First position, normal standard position is right here to my cinch. Okay. Right there to my cinch. Straight line. So this is going to set this horse's head and neck pretty level. Okay. Pretty level to where my cinch is. So this is going to pull straight right here. I'm going to bring that horse's neck to this area. Okay. So he's going to exist somewhere in here. Right. If I'm not happy with that, or I have a horse that likes to get too low, but I still want to rub and roll him around, you can clip up a little bit higher on your saddle to the shoulder rings of your saddle. So you clip up there. Now this horse's head neck is going to be somewhere up here. Okay? So right there, you're going to have the ability to talk to his shoulders a little better.
Someone said wind. Kathy said windy.
Yeah, come stand over here.
Here.
I'll move him. I know, the new mic comes in a couple days.
Yeah, we have a new mic coming, so hopefully that helps.
Remember the mic's on
Here,
this side.
she's one comment right there.
Okay. Got a nurse practitioner school. That's awesome. What comment?
Who did? Jennifer did?
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations, Jennifer.
There's no comment.
Oh, there was one that came up. It might have been a message. Oops.
Yep.
Sorry, guys.
All right,
continue.
so up high, your shoulder ring is going to pick this neck up a little bit. So if I have a horse who I still want to keep rolling and rubbing around, but he maybe gets his head and neck too low, then this will help him a lot.
It was a message.
Okay, so then the other position we can go in is between his front legs. So right here, around his front legs, right in here. And I'm going to clip this to the ring on my cinch, all right? Now this position, we don't get too loose with our reins because that's going to take his head and neck really low, all right? So if you have one, you're trying to drop his head and neck down really far as you do maneuvers, that's where you're going to. But remember, the more you force this neck down, the more resistance you're going to have if your horse is not very soft and supple, all right? Make sure you block that ring. There you go. So, right there, you go. So the more we try to drop this horse's head and neck down, if we don't have him soft and supple right here, what's going to happen is that we end up fighting his head and neck. And I don't want to fight his head and neck. So for all purposes here, I'm going to go here to the middle of my cinch. We'll just start there. And we'll kind of see where we end up. All right? And I gotta warm these draws up.
You clipped it to the front ring, right? Of the cinch?
Front ring of the cinch, yep. Yep, front ring.
Our draws are disgusting, guys. Don't make fun of us.
Make sure that your snaps are facing out always, okay? So if your snap is facing in towards your horse, it can cut his shoulder up. We don't want to do that. We don't want to make him uncomfortable. And I want the ability to be able to very quickly come up and set him free, right? If the snap's on the outside, I can do that. If the snap's on the inside, you can run into trouble. And that's going to be for anything that's snapped on your horse, whether you have your lead ropes clipped on him, whatever, make sure your snaps are out, all right?
Oh, he's so handsome.
He is. He's a dirty dude right now.
He is. He's been enjoying the outside.
Yep. All right, so first thing I want to be able to do in my draw rein, split wide and shuffle down. And see, like that's done in my straight rein, right? We put that button on there in a straight rein. So when I come through here, I can shuffle and drop his neck wide. I still have all of my buttons that I do in a straight rein, right? I can come here, I can bump him down, I can slide over here, slide down that rein. So I really like draw reins for that ability right there, the ability to slide. Good.
Are we couch surfing together tonight?
I don't know. We'll see how late we have to be here tonight. So our barn hours got changed from 5 to 10. So now we have to start riding everything at 5 o'clock. So we might be here kind of late. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Let's see what time we finish up.
But we'd love to. We miss it.
So the ability to slide down these draws is really important to me, okay? So my draws are a little bit stiff, my snaps are a little bit rusty, so I'm not able to slide very smoothly. But see how like I can slide and just pull this, and now I've made a shape. And this is why people get in trouble in draw reins. Because when you make a shape like that, you're holding that horse to the maneuver, which for some horses that are not used to being handled, that's gonna be a really new thing for them, all right? So for our horses, they get handled all the time. This is not a new thing for him. This is not a scary thing for him. He's okay right here. But some horses are gonna have a hard time with that. So that's most of the time you get yourself in trouble is because your horse is not used to being handled. So the advantage that you get from draw reins is that you can hold your rein solid and steady. You can slide down and be smooth and make smooth entrances into your horse's face. That's what I like about it. The key to it though is make your entrance, get your maneuver, and turn loose. Get back out here. Don't hang on your draw reins because it's gonna be really easy to get this horse over softened right here and be just kind of drawing and drawing and drawing and drawing because you don't feel anything, and drawing because you don't feel anything, and drawing because you don't feel anything. And now we're riding this horse around with his chin tucked up on his chest. He's got nowhere to go but up, right? We're not giving his chin any relief right here. It's gonna have to come up on us, all right? So he's gonna have to elevate this part and get away from our draw reins. He's gonna challenge that, all right? Now, most of the time, our golden rule is anytime you feel pushed this way in your chin, right? They do this on you, they're pushing this way and they're back in. They're avoiding breaking in half. They're avoiding that getting round picture, right? So right here, bring their hock and their chin closer together. So if you feel resistance out here, right, when you take up on your draws, it's mostly because you don't have this driving up under you, all right? You've got this kind of leg lagging behind you. So we want to make sure that you guys get to where you can take your horse and drive him to the bit. Draws are really handy for that, right? So taking your horse, getting him on your reins, making him sit in your reins is going to be really important for you, okay? So I'll just move this horse up. A couple things I like to be able to do. I want to be able to put my draws together and slide with one hand. Really important that you can do that because it doesn't throw away our outside, right? So by not throwing away the outside, remember we're bringing that chin in where we want it, and now I have that chin into the point of his shoulder where I'm kind of looking for it, okay? And then I can set him down when I'm done with the maneuver. Go back out to the middle. If you need to, take a piece of tape and put it around the middle of your draw reins. So clip your draws together, stretch them all the way out, put a piece of tape around the center so you know where the middle is, all right? If you guys have ever seen race cars, they put a piece of white tape in the middle of the steering wheel so they know where they're at, they know where the middle is, all right? So same thing with your draws, and your Basel reins too, right? Your Hackamore reins. So if you're in a set like that, a connected reins, don't be afraid to take a little piece of tape, put it around there, white tape, whatever, zip tie, and just mark the middle so you know where the middle is, okay? That way you don't get stuck riding around like this with one long, one short, thinking that you're in the middle, okay? At least until you develop a good feel with your hands. Go ahead.
My horse does little bites out when I'm in the lope, but only on the right lead. What could I do to make him not do that anymore?
Little bites out?
Like,
he just chomps?
like chomps?
Handle him more. Yep, handle him more. This is a good exercise for that. So for me, my horses are really quiet in their faces because they know the alternative is working really hard, right? So most of the time he's super happy, block that mic. So he's super happy to be put down and left alone, right? So I want to not chase a show position. It's one of the things we really talk about here on this channel is not chasing a show position. I want to chase a good functional maneuver, right? That's what I'm concerned about, are the maneuvers and where does my horse go as I do things with him. Not so much does he look good like as I'm loping around. I'm not trying to make him look good when I lope around. I'm trying to make him look good when I set him down, right? And that's a big shift. I remember when I was starting out as a young trainer, that was a big change in my world when I went from trying to make one look good down the rail to setting one down and having it look good down the rail, right? Those are two very fundamental differences. So I would say that the most of the people that have problems with their horse doing just goofy stuff like that, I just call that extra, is that they're not understanding where they're supposed to be, all right? So we aren't leaving them alone into that position, we're chasing that position, all right? What I'm chasing is something way beyond a show position. I want him over supple, over soft, over canted, over lifty, overdone, so that I can put him down and have him relax into a showable position, okay? So I want him too low in his neck. I want him too over bottom in his face, right? Because when I put him down, you're gonna see his nose go right back out. right? So that being said, if you see this horse over bridled today, I'm not going for that, all right? I'm going to try to teach this horse how to sit on pressure. So I can take this and shuffle this out here and kind of give him something to lean on, give him something to sit on. You're gonna see him fold up in his chin first and try to bulge his neck right here instead of staying dropped right like this, right? So the advantage to using draw reins, we can be really smooth when we do things, right? So in a snaffle, it's normally very difficult to come in and be that smooth for a backup, right? So I can stop right here, I can spread wide, and I can take a hold and just kind of lean back. And see, I can leave his chin out in a set of draw reins, right? Depending on how you take a hold. So if I come out here and I go to block, right here, I can leave his chin out because I'm not pulling under, right? I can also take one rein up, then the other. So it's a move like this. Okay, one rein, then the other to pick his chin up, right? And that'll always work on one. So you can come here, you can come like this, one, then the other. And see, I can pull him out of that. I can unfold him in that bridle, right? So in the snaffle, I can get him down, I can get him back up, whatever it is. So I'm gonna come here. I wanna do a lot of rubbing and rolling, all right? So a set of draws helps me really rub and roll this horse around. Like I said, it's difficult to slide and be really smooth. And what you'll find is as you're sliding, you run into little problems like that, right? So while I was sliding down that rein, I ran into a problem that made him lift his head and flip his chin out, right? So that's where I wanna work. That tells me he needs more of that, okay? Good.
My horse likes to tuck his chin and round his neck up rather than dropping it. What can I do to fix that?
Teach him wide. You got to start your horses out wide first, all right? We don't generally run into that with our training horses because we work out here and we drop them here in their neck first. What you have is you have a horse, and this one does the same thing. He gives here first, not here, all right? So if you've been watching and following along, it's shoulders, 1, 2, 3. All right, shoulders first to me, chin out, right here, very basic. Chin out, nose out, give me your shoulders, right? Then I can come up here, move this horse up, move. I'm gonna back his shoulders up. I'm gonna drop his chin down by shuffling as I back. See that? Drop his neck down. And then I bring his chin up to me as I back. And that's where a round comes from, right there. You see how that backup changed, right? So you see him start using himself a lot more. So I think it was Megan had asked me, we've been following along with that Colt's backup the whole way through, right? And he was like in this stage, and she's like, well, he backs up really light. Do I keep working on the backup until it's perfect? And my answer to that's no, all right? So this horse backs up okay, right? He's not perfect at the backup, but he's not perfect at a lot of things. And I want to keep him moving forward through the grades kind of level and even. I don't want to work on his backup and his backup alone until he's like an expert at it. Okay? I don't want him to be an outstanding backer and a mediocre loper, all right? I don't want him to back at a college level but do an indirect turn in 2nd grade, okay? That to me is an unbalanced horse. And you're gonna spend too long focusing on one maneuver, right? I wanna just kind of keep this in line with the rest of my horse and keep everything in 8th grade, keep everything in 11th grade, all right? There's a reason why you don't just take 6 math classes in one semester when you're in school, right? We take 1 math class, 1 English class, 1 science class to give our horse a mental break, to kind of change things up with him. You can't come out here and drill one thing with your horse because he's gonna get frustrated and mad, all right? So I'm just gonna kind of chip away at this backup and try to teach him, like we're gonna back and we're gonna get okay at this. We're gonna maybe shuffle our neck down so I can go wide, shuffle my neck down there, and then that's it. Right? I'm not going to work on bringing his chin back because he's not ready for that in everything else that he does. So you kind of have to take stock of your horse and say, okay, what grade is he in overall? Maybe he does a couple things better than the other, but if I wind up where my horse is like Piper, for example, if I wind up where she's in 9th grade to the right and she's in 3rd grade to the left, I'm not even going to touch that right lead for a while, right? Until that left lead is somewhere closer to it. That right lead will get better on its own. Right. Okay, as they get better through all the maneuvers. So just chip away at everything in kind of in tandem with each other, right? Do lots of things together and just work on getting your horse to be more supple in all of his maneuvers, not just focusing on one, right? And that's probably the biggest reason why I stress to people, don't come out here and walk trot your horse, right? Because you're gonna make loping such a big deal to him. I'm not saying you have to train at your lope. There's probably not much you can do at your lope yet, but he needs to lope so he gets comfortable doing it, right? So with these horses, as he gets more comfortable with his backup, he'll get better at it, right? So it's just chipping away at everything. Okay.
Yep.
So being able to slide. So right there, slide, slide. Right here. Then I can split my hands wide again, slide wide, and keep that neck down as I go to do my maneuvers. Right. So now I have this smooth entrance into my horse as I do things, which is going to help me get him where I want him off my feet. Because now I can just kind of sit here because I was really smooth coming in. The vast majority of your problems are that your horse does not allow you to take a hold of it, right? So the draw reins lets you take a hold smoothly, which I would say most of the time is just user error, right? Most of the time people can't slide down here real smooth and take a hold and just hold them to it. Most of the time when I see people take a hold, it looks like this, right? That's what taking a hold looks like. And you see where these horses are like just shocked about what they're supposed to do, right? The draws let you slide and come into his mouth smooth and soft. So that's what I want to be able to do to him, okay? And again, by making sure that you slide down these draws with open hands, right? As I slide down here and I take a hold, I just measure what does he feel like as I'm taking a hold. If I see things tighten up and tense up there, then I know I've got a problem and I have to go back to that before I tighten up more, okay? So I want this horse down in his neck. I want to be able to kind of sit smoothly and see where I can just keep him shaped up, keep him framed up right there as I go through my buttons, as I go through my maneuvers. Okay, so I'll put him back down right at the end of your draw reins, right? In this position, at the end of my draws, if my horse's neck is down, I feel contact with his face at the end of my draw reins, right? Most of the people that ride in draw reins don't have their horse seeking the bit like this. So their horse's heads are too high. Draw reins are for capturing a chin, right? We are drawing his chin to his body, right? So it's for smoothly drawing his chin in. It's not for dropping his neck down, okay? I want people to understand that. If you are working on this right here, come out of the draw reins. You have to have this first if you want these draw reins to be effective for you. But
Pam shredded her ACL and is having surgery next Friday.
Jeez.
Ooh.
Wow, that's not good.
That's not good. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's awful. Wow. So yeah, so just keep that in mind, guys. We are trying to draw his chin into his body, all right? Drawing, draw reins, okay? Not drop reins. It's not drop his neck down, okay? So if you're trying to drop their neck down and draw reins, you're doing it wrong, right? What you're gonna do is you're gonna create a horse that leans forward and dumps over, right? And that's probably the biggest problem you're gonna run into is a horse dumping over through your draws, all right? So with that being said, if my horse were to pull on me in my draw reins, I would just shut it down, take it here, come around, right? Just shut it down, come back around, and try again, right? So if ever he pulls on me and leaks through my draws, I'm not gonna let him just lean on me and lean back against it, which is the common pitfall that you're gonna run into in draw reins. Your horse can get heavy, and you're gonna just arm wrestle him knowing that you have the leverage. And we don't wanna get in that situation. It's for drawing his chin in, right? Not dropping his neck down. So I already have this button right here on my horse where I can draw or drop his neck down so that I'm able to work on that third piece now, which is drawing his chin in, all right? I really like a set of draw reins for horsemanship stuff. I really like them for teaching lead changes because I want to keep that horse's chin to me. Those are both events that I want to drive that horse to the bit, right? Both two events, horsemanship and Western riding, that horse has got to change leads to the bridle, right? I want him to point his toe and step to the bridle. I don't want him to shut down behind the bit, right? So by being aggressive with your hands, you're going to prevent that horse from driving to the bit. So I would use this kind of setup more to teach this horse how to stay in this frame right here, right? Stay framed up, stay right there, okay? So right here, come around, and I can keep his chin right here to me. Now, he's really light in my hands for a rubber snaffle, right? He hides from my hands. So this is a weird horse to do this on because he doesn't push against my hands, right? You see where that chin is backed up. He's beyond the vertical right here. He's in a rubber snaffle. That should never happen in a rubber snaffle, right? I want to teach this horse how to pull on my hands, right? So I'm not going to bump him off my bit. I want to teach him how to lean on my hands right here. And there's a difference between leaning on my hands right here, leaning in his face, and leaning in his shoulders. He can separate those two things. So I can come across here, push his shoulders around, come right through here, pick up, push this around. And see how these draws allow me to be really smooth through all of my maneuvers. Smooth over here. Set him down. Smooth slide down here. But get used to sliding these. So I take my hand right here, and it's all out of my left hand. Left hand does all the work. Right hand just sits quietly, and then I close my hand. And I'll bring this horse around. Right? Smooth down here. Right? So right there, that double down, smooth. Smooth slide. Okay? Get used to that feeling in your horse. There, now he's pulling on me. That's what I want. I'll reward him for that. Right? That's what I'm looking for. So I want him to be heavy, right? He's in a rubber snaffle. He should be heavy in my hands. There's my puff. That's what I want. Okay? I want him to settle down. So I can come from here to start working on my maneuvers, and now the draw does all the work for me, right? The drawing of the chin into his body, that's done out of the equipment, right? I don't need to work on drawing him to me because now he's captured up very smoothly, okay? So when you have your horse captured very smoothly in a set of draw reins, we're gonna work on sitting very quietly up here and kind of put this horse through the movements, right? Put him through the motion. Say, hey, could we come right here and bridle up? Could you still operate underneath of me? You see where this horse gets a little bit lost, right? He had to kind of jump that turn. He said, I'm not ready for this, okay? So we're gonna teach him how to do that. I wanna be able to come here. I'm gonna keep these draws tight. I'm gonna keep driving this horse to the bit. And I'm gonna turn, I'm gonna trot out. I'm gonna come around. And this is the advantage to having draw reins on, right? I can sit right here. I've got him captured up. He's driving to the bit. I want to make little steers, right? Little movements out of my hands, okay? Little movements. With my draws on, if my reins are even, I can very easily find problems behind his face, right? So you see where when I started that line, he was kind of like this. He was ducking all over. That problem exists right here because my reins are even, right? I drew up on these. I locked him in even and square, right? So once my horse has gotten to where he stays dropped down, remember we start these horses out here wide and start gathering up until we can ride close like this, right? Once I have this horse where he can stay close, now it's time to come in a set of draw reins and we can work him like this. And I can find all those little leaky problems that I have that make him hook his neck, or like here he's backing up, right? I want to keep him driving to the bit. So right here I can do my turn. I just keep my hands in the middle. This horse is riding out of my feet, right? See, I don't need to move my hands much to make this turn. He's still a little lost, so when he gets this right, I'll get out, right? He's a little not sure where to go. There, better. So when he gets it right, I let him out, pet him, and I'll come back in, I'll back him off, and I'll turn left. And I want to ride as even and smooth with these draws as I can, right? So I can just sit right here. And see, I'm finding little holes. I'm finding little problems in this horse that he can't really do that maneuver. Why? Because he's leaking forward. So I can pull that out of there. Give me these shoulders out. Give me these shoulders out. Don't be afraid to work up and down your draws. That's the biggest thing. Up and down these draws. Smooth, slide. Slide down. I don't know why he's loping. Long. There, better, better. So the draws help me be smooth. They help me be soft with it. Okay? I'll come around here, take up my extended jog, again, sit him square between everything, and kind of feel his body out. So what do I feel when I do this? Well, I feel like I got more body over here than I do over here. Okay? So I got more body on this side than this side. I don't want that, right? I want to make sure I got the same amount of horse on both feet. I know my draws are even. I know everything's square up front. So if there's anything not square about my lines from this position, it's happening from my body back. So I can take up a little square right here and work on some horsemanship with this horse. So I can come across here, pick it up a little, lean back, come across, there's a square. Pick up, come across, there's a square. Pick up, come across. Look, there's a little lean right there. He leaned out. Pick up, come across. There's a square. A little too much on the inside. Pick up, come across. There's a square. Right? You see how this horse gets very horsemanship, he gets very accurate. Okay? So that's keeping me from trying to lean around with my hands. So I really like the set of draws for working on horsemanship like that, right? So what I want to do is I can come from here, I can lope off, right? Good.
Can you show where you hook the draw reins on the saddle?
Yep.
We hooked them right by the cinch.
So this is right in front of the cinch, middle ring right there. You can go there, you can go here to the shoulder ring, or you can go around their front legs to your cinch ring.
Like on the...
Underneath.
Like on the bottom.
Yep.
Right there.
Yep. But we don't generally clip there very often.
No.
Right? That's going to be for really advanced stuff. Right? So once I'm here, I can come around, out of a maneuver, right? This horse is learning. We're going to stop, we're going to back. Oop, missed it. There's my back. Indirect turn. So right here, take up in my left rein a little bit. Indirect. Wrap my outside. Lope up. Good lope up.
That was nice.
Send his legs forward. Very nice. So I come around. I'm going to try to stay in front of you, Macy. So
yep.
Don't turn with this or you get a lot of weight.
Yeah, I know.
So now.
We have a new mic coming soon, so we had to block the wind with the phone.
I could let this be my horse's warm-up. So just ride right here. Just ride to the bit. Ride at it. See where I just take a hold of these draws with my left hand, my free hand. Keep my right hand low on his neck. Keep his neck down. There. Come around, slide his leg forward. Look. Lean. Straight. Look. Lean. Straight. Straighten my eyes out. Look. Lean. Straight. Straighten my eyes out. Look. Lean. Leg. Straight. Look. Lean. Leg. Straight. He's tipping in a little bit. So now I can call that mistake. I can come here, shut it down, back it off, indirect, because he tipped over this way. I didn't ask for that. He didn't give me the straight line the whole way. Lope up. Good lope off. Straight. Look. Turn. Eyes. Straight. Look. Turn. Eyes. Straight. Look. Turn. Eyes. Straight. Look. Turn. Eyes. Straight. Look. Turn. Straight to you guys. Broke the fence. So that's what I'm trying to do. Right? Take your horse. If you have a little bit more advanced horse that's ready for some pattern stuff, like this one is, right? He's gonna be really good at the pattern stuff. You can take your draws and just set them right there and practice looking and going with your hand, right? Look and go there, look and go there. So you get comfortable turning where you're going. There's too many people that try to turn that way that look like this in the saddle, right? This is not a good position for turning left. You gotta get here. You gotta get looking where you're going. Bring that horse to where you wanna be. Bring him underneath of you to square things up. So if I was like this, I'm gonna point at you guys, look, I open everything up to you, bring everything in line, right? He pivots around this point right here, right? Good.
Macy's getting a workout in today.
Yeah.
And I gotta run around Jeremy because we don't have a mic, so he can't go behind me.
Yeah.
So I have to run around. I have to run around with my hand up by the mic.
You guys hear breathing hard behind me.
Yeah, you might hear me breathing really hard.
But you see where, like, so we saw in Piper, you saw me bouncing looking goofy, but look how you don't really notice it on this horse, because he pops up for his lope off now. He's much better loping off, all right? But you see where the draw is, let me be really smooth with everything.
Right.
Right? So then what you could do is you could say, okay, if you want to find the limits of your horse, you could say, all right, we're going to be here. We're going to take up this draw rein like this. Here he is on my draws, like this. Okay, we're right here. Coming around. He's just on my reins. Now, he's not working real hard. Right? So I'll tell you do, take your left hand, pick up just a little bit more, grab an inch, and see where your horse is at. Do his legs change? No. This horse stayed the exact same. All right. Let's make it a little harder. Let's take up on that slack again. Let's draw up another inch. Oh, there his legs changed a little bit. Did you guys see that?
Yep.
Now he choked down. I don't want my horse to choke down when I take a hold of his face. Right? So I just kind of make a note of that. All right, so we're getting closer to this horse's limits. I'll take my slack, I'll draw it up another inch, right here. Can you still work right there? Do you still drive to the bit? And now he's having to get really round, right? He's gonna have to get really round behind that.
His tail popped off his butt. His tail popped off his butt.
Tail popped up. He's working hard now, right? So now I feel like, okay, we got this horse. We got him in a position where he's got to work hard. Let's see if we can lope off from there. Beyond.
Woo!
Good. Ooh, listen to him work. He's driving hard now. That's what I want. Like, you'll hear him grunting and working hard. That's the kind of horse I want. I want a horse that can work hard right there, sit in my hands, sit in my bridle, and stay between my feet. And you see how being smooth in my hands allows me to find that. So I can turn loose, I can say, woo, good job, buddy. Good job. Gotta keep open. That's a mistake. So he messed up right there. He broke on me, so we're going to turn. We're going to set him back up. Ugly turn. We're going to try again. Nope, I don't like that lope off. So we're going to back him up. We're going to turn. Ugly turn. There. Lope off. Better. Much better. We'll lope him through. Roll him over his hips. He tried to tip over. That's a very tight turn, though. I mean, go back and look at how tight that turn was. Still strips to the dirt, right? Those tracks are pretty tight, right? So that's what we're looking for. I want the ability to handle my horse.
Thank you, Jessica.
Pick him up over his back end.
Jessica said, very nice mover.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're getting this horse closer to being able to do a little canter pirouette type maneuver. Lope up over his back end, drive that back end up. Keep loping, drive.
Oh, it's so hard for him.
Really hard for him. So see, this is much harder than about what I'm going to do is set him down and say, whew, then lope around. Come around. Go ahead and just lope. See, this is the reward for doing the tough maneuver. That's what you want to ride like. I don't chase this position. We create this position. Create this elevated position. Right? Don't chase your show position. Create it. Right? Very good. But
Good boy,
I
Dubs.
stayed on that really tight, really hard lope and circle for a couple laps, and I turned loose, and I said, there you go. Give it a shot. Right? So the draws let you be smooth. They let you practice things like that.
Right.
That's what I like about draw reins. Being able to slide and do different things. Just make notes of, oh, well, he's pretty heavy sliding around. He's pretty heavy when I slide back and forth. Right? And see how I do that? I'm going to slide, take my hand wide, right here, wide out here, pull this hand, then come down, pull that again. And I can double down and get really tight. Right? So being able to just roll this horse around, roll like that. And see, it's that little gather right there. Tension, roll, grab, tension. Smooth.
Aw, Hannah's on. She said one word. Wow. Dubs, Mama's so proud of you.
That's awesome.
He misses you. Look at him. He's so handsome.
So that's what we're going for, all right? The ability to roll this horse around and keep him engaged everywhere. That's what makes him a really cool pattern horse, right? I don't know what this horse's future will be in a lot of classes, but I know for sure he's going to be a great pattern horse, right? He'll probably be a wicked Western rider. He's a little big for the pleasure, but I mean, just a wicked pattern horse.
Yeah.
This is what I'm looking for, right? The ability to stay down, ability to stay driving to the bit, make these square corners, come around. So right here, look, go, straight. Look, go, straight. Look, go, straight. So for those of you guys watching, this is driving to the bit. Up, he tipped over. Call it. Try again. So he went that way and I wasn't looking to. I want to drive all the way to the end of the arena. So for you guys that are watching this, you're doing the online horse shows and stuff, I want to see a horse and rider combination that can drive to a bit like this. that can really push out, push up, ride aggressively, and get some maneuvers done. I'm gonna drop him down so he got a little high in his neck. You can see me get my hands low, shuffle him down, out, right straight. Now I'm riding along here. You see this slack in my draws? That's because this neck is wanting to come up too much, right? Just like we talked about with your straight rein, if there's slack in your reins, it's because he wants to come up. So I got to get this horse where he presses down in my hands, a little bit more to the left or to the right here. Drive to the bit a little bit more. Stay down in my hands, get more body up to me.
You're steering with your legs as well, right?
What's that?
You're steering with your legs as well?
Yep. So, but I don't want you to think like, don't think about steering with your legs so much as you're steering with your body weight, all right? So when I steer, like when I turn my body, if you sit on a horse and you're like this, say you're doing what I'm doing, you're practicing what I'm practicing, right? And you do this, look, it just brings my leg in naturally. I just ride loose with my body to bring my leg in naturally across there. To say, hey, like, this is gonna automatically open this side and close this side, okay? Just looking across there and bringing my body across enough to bring everything over, right? But get used to throwing your body around a little bit up there. Get used to steering with your body in your seat, because then my horse and I are riding together as one, right? That's a dance right there, right? That's a dance partner. Go ahead.
How do you compare a pair of German martingale to draw reins?
German martingale, I think, I've never used one, but I've seen them used. I like them.
Is that the one that comes by the neck?
Comes over their neck.
Okay, yep.
I've never used one personally, but I would say it's kind of the halfway point between a training fork and a draw rein.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of like the middle,
ground.
yeah, the middle ground.
Yep.
First like training fork, then the martingale, then the draws.
Kind of that order of help, right? I think that the training fork gives minimal help, and then a German martingale gives a little bit, and the draw reins give a lot.
Right.
So that, with that being said, remember we want a lot in a set of draw reins, because when you take them out of draws, you're not going to have as much, right? So if you're trying to create a showable position, don't have your horse showable in a set of draws. Because if they're showable in draws, if you're trying to work on a show position in draw reins, in my opinion, you're using them wrong.
Right.
This is a workout equipment, right? This is like taking a set of bands with you to the gym. Right? So if you were trying to get good form with your push-ups, you could work harder with a set of bands, right? So this is a training equipment to me. I am not trying to look pretty in a set of draws, right? I'm trying to be overdone. Like you see me driving this horse hard, really pushing him up to the bridle in a set of draws.
How often do you use the draws?
Not very often.
I'll show you. Look how green they are.
This often. About that often.
They're so gross.
I haven't had a horse I needed them on, right? So I think of the horses that I could use them on, one like Peanut, right? She takes her chin, she wants to be straight out here. I could use a set of draws on Peanut. However, Peanut stays too lifty right here. She stays too up right here. So I can't put her in draws because I'm gonna make that problem worse. So I have to address this problem first, and then I can start working on her chin.
Right.
So remember, it's drawing your chin in, not dropping your neck down. And I feel that when I ride him around, especially to the right, because like I was saying, I have this slack in my draws. Well, that is simply my head staying too high above my bit. I'm not going to put his chin on my bit in this, right? There's no way to, because he's gonna hide from me, right? So I can come here and shuffle him down, right? You want to ride in these like you would a set of straight reins. Take a hold, do a maneuver, put him down. Take a hold, do a maneuver, put him down. Don't ride in draw reins differently. The only thing that's different about these is how smooth you can be when you enter, right? See how smooth that was? That's hard to do in a straight rein. Good.
You wouldn't use the draws on a horse that hides?
No, probably not. Because you got to get him to lean on your bit, right? And how is he going to lean on your bit if you keep drawing his chin under?
Right.
You know what I mean? So I would think it would be very hard to get a horse to kind of lean on your hands in a set of draw reins. Unless
you say really loose, right?
You'd have to say like this.
Like that, yep.
Where I'd have to work this out and tap this out. Like I'll try to get his nose out in this as I trot around, and I'll show you how hard it'll be. So like right now, his nose is probably on the vertical, a little behind right here. Right? So I want to get to where he can push on me, so I'm going to take a hold. Just let him kind of find that push and lean on it. This will take a long long time, right? I kind of lean, press over here, pull this nose out, pull this nose out, pull this nose out. There, now I'm getting it. Pull, 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 pull. He's not sure what's going on. Pull, pull, and it's very soft. Just kind of working left and right, trying to get his nose out to teach him how to be out there. But like, I couldn't take a hold in this, right? Like, I couldn't draw up on him because I'm gonna draw his chin up,
Right.
and he's gonna hide from me. Like, there, his nose is kind of out.
Yeah, that's better.
Right, so that's just kind of tricky to do. And you would have a lot of work trying to maintain chin out, because look what these do, right? This is what these do, right there. That's what these are designed to do, right? It draws his chin in. So I'm not going to use an equipment that draws their chin in to try to get them to push their chin out. That doesn't make any sense to me. Because they're just made to fold one under, right? And folding one under is good when you have their body separated. So you can always be driving their legs forward because their body stays back with you. The problem we run into with this horse is that because he likes to get elevated right here, I lose contact with my hands. Even in a rubber snaffle, he's giving me all that, right? I want my horse to be leaning all over me in a rubber snaffle, okay? But this horse just got some work to do getting his body to where he can stay pushed out and not hide his chin from us.
Right.
Yep.
Do you guys have any questions?
That's a good question, though.
Yeah, that was a really good question. That one's hard.
Yep. So basically with the draw reins, just remember, they are drawing your chin in. They are not drop reins where they're dropping your neck down, okay? Don't try to use your draw reins to drop a neck down, right? Use your draw reins to keep his neck locked in position as you send his legs forward underneath of it. That's what I want to use a set of draws for. Wow.
Someone just rode
a wheelie.
The whole way down our road.
Wow.
We're on a really busy road, so I'm sure you guys hear a lot of cars. Yeah. You're so welcome. He's still going?
He's still going, yeah.
Jeez, people are super talented. People are really talented.
But yeah, so just use your draws like that. Remember these basic moves, right? Draw, hold. Take a hold, get a little more. Take a hold, get a little more. Until your horse tells you that's my limit. And then just make a note of it and say, okay, my horse backed away right there. I'm not gonna go any tighter than that, right? Because from there on, he's gonna back away from the bit. So I can't go any tighter than this on this horse, right? I can drop his neck down and I can say, hey, go ahead and drop in, right? Drop into this. And now we can sit right here. That would be good, right? But find that limit of your horse by just taking a hold slightly. Nope, he still doesn't back away. There he says that's too much. So I want to put a little bit of forward in there. Good, now I got my horse in a position where I'm driving him up all the time, all right? But I let him tell me where that line is. Some horses' line before they start backing will be like this tight, right? So we just say, okay, that's fine. So from here, now I got a horse I'm pushing on, right? Remember, the goal is to always have a horse that you push on. So if ever you're riding your horse and you're not pushing him on, you got to get to where you're side passing and get him to drive your legs up. Go ahead.
When you pivot, do you sit to the inside or outside?
Inside. You got to follow that horse, right?
Right.
If I sit like this and I try to make him turn, if he actually turned, I would fall off.
Right.
Right? So remember, we want to move with him. Okay? So I always want him to go where I am. All right? So that's why I tell you to look this way. I'm there. I want you to come with me. So now we're going to come around there. Now we're together. Ride one step ahead of your horse and be a leader. All right? So get over here and ride one step ahead of your horse. All right? And the tighter I want him to pivot, the more I'm going to look and lean. All right? So, like for trail, if I'm trying to turn in a box, I'm looking like right back here under his hip. If I'm trying to make a tight turn. All right? I'm going to sit way back over there. If I want to look somewhere out there, I can kind of lean forward and out, and now I'm going to carry his weight forward. Right? If I want to lean forward in this way, I can carry his weight forward in here. Right? He can step out and around. Right? If I want him to rock up and back and turn faster and turn tighter, I can lean back and around. Right? See, I have all these different positions that I can move around on my horse.
Do you know what this chat is? Look. Do you guys see it too? It's like a different language.
It's a periscope. They don't see it. Well, they see it on the screen.
Yeah, do you guys see in the screen it's like a different language? I wonder what they're saying.
I don't know.
Hey, can anyone translate that for me?
Yeah. You explain it, you hold them until they back away, then push them forward. Use the same practice. That's exactly what I'm doing, Amanda. Exactly what I'm doing. So if I'm trying to get more extension in my legs, I'm going to hold until he finds the limit, right? That tells me that's the limit of my body. right? Now he brings his legs back as he brings his body back. That's what backing up is, right? So once I find that limit, I teach him to push his legs forward underneath of it. So I keep his body back and I'm pushing his legs out, right? That's exactly what's happening. So, and that's the key to it. That's why it works so well. So I'm using the draws to bring his body back. They're from UAE, United Arab Emirates. Wow.
Wow.
That's incredible.
That's amazing. Wait, they can understand us?
Yeah, must be.
What?
See, I always wanted to go out there.
I want to speak 2 different languages.
Amazing, right?
That would be so cool. Oh my gosh.
Well, welcome to the stream.
Yeah, welcome. I'm like, who is this?
That's awesome.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm separating my body and my legs. They're 2 different pieces, right? So we're kind of taking a hold. I'm taking a hold of his body in my hands right here. Now his legs start to back up. I'm going to say, hey, drive your legs forward right there to my hands. That's the advantage of it, all right? So then everything that I do, I can take that horse and drive him up to his body. That's what I'm getting in my extension. I think I messed it up.
Messed it up?
Awesome. We're using this practice to get extension to the proper hunter. Yes.
That's so cool.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I can take this horse and I can say, okay, I don't know if this one will stay here.
Yeah, I can take it back.
I'll try.
Because it's just going to get dirty, and then you're going to make me...
I'm going to break it.
You're going to make me mad.
Yep. So we could come here and we could make this horse, like I haven't worked on trotting this horse hardly at all, right? But I could bring his body back to me. Okay, there's my body. Now I'm going to teach him to go to his face. You see how easily this horse moves to the bridle. Take up my trot. Here's my jog, my medium trot. Kind of go up my paces here. And try to send his legs out. And put some float out there as I hold his body. So I'll take a hold a little more. He's going to try to choke his legs down. I'm going to say, drive your legs out. Drive them to the bit. Right, work. Right in there. Bring his body back to me, pushing his legs out. And we can teach him to extend his legs, extend his stride out there. Same thing for my lope. If I'm here, lope him off. Here's where I start. Take a hold. Bring his body to me. Drive his legs out. And that's all my feet. Using my feet to push this horse's legs out. Push. And from there, push his legs out, push his body up, and then change. So we can teach this horse how to change leads right here. Haven't done them since that video. So here, got a hold, lateral over. Move it up. Do a side pass, and we go back to work. Right? So that's where we go next. So this horse is not ready for that, right? Certainly more advanced changes. If I want my horse to point his toe more, this is where I'm going next. But that's better. So now my legs are going out. That's what I want. Bring my body up and around. Keep your legs driving. Stay out there. Good. So yeah, absolutely. Push your body up. Push your legs around. Okay.
Here's this back.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Good boy, Nubs.
Very good. Nice change. It's coming. Yeah, and we haven't tried since that one video where we taught.
No, I was like, I'm surprised you did, but I'm like, what?
Yeah. Where are we from? We're from Michigan, United States, Michigan. That's crazy.
Michiganders.
Yep. And they might be our first Periscope watchers. I always go live on Periscope, and then nobody's ever jumped on.
Yeah.
And
I thought I was like, who is this?
Yeah, that's from Periscope.
That's so cool. Wow.
Yeah, so you're very welcome. So yeah, if I'm working on driving to the bit and driving that horse out there, that's how I'm going to do it, right? To push that horse up and push him out, get his legs out. And that's what I want to see in a horsemanship horse, right? In a horsemanship horse, I want them to drive to the bit, so it works really well. Cool, awesome.
What would you guys like to see tomorrow in our video? We should be live tomorrow,
Yep.
weather
Elaine
permitting.
says I never use draws. Teach your head down and keep it rooting. Yes, absolutely. That's exactly it. Legs. Wow, very nice mover. Thank you.
Hi,
Good morning, Natasha. Yeah, awesome. Very good. Very good. Well, we're gonna get rained on.
Showmanship, please. We can do showmanship tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's do showmanship tomorrow. Let's put on that.
Definitely.
That'd be awesome. You want to see advanced or just kind of like beginner stuff, or like middle of the road?
Right. I'm not sure. Let us know what you guys want to see tomorrow. Turn better. Yep. So yeah, we want to go live on the couch. We love doing those, but I'm not sure how they're going to work with our new schedule.
Yeah, we'll have to figure it out.
Advanced. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do advanced. Dubs, he's really good at showmanship.
Yeah, I've not done much showmanship with him. Yep. We can do that. That'd be good.
Advanced showmanship. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. That would be awesome. That'd be fun. Yeah, we can do that with him. That'd be really good. Evaluate patterns. Oh, so that's another one. So Bonnie, we
advanced. Yeah, we can do advanced.
Judging the Show Your Heart Out virtual horse show. I think it starts this week. I just set my patterns in for it. So hopefully we will do more of the videos. I'll talk to her and see if she wants me to judge that live. I think that would be a lot of fun.
We could,
or at least go over my placings. That would be really fun. Yep.
Love your couch. I know.
We're having a blast at the couch. And it's
yeah,
not hard now.
That was so much fun.
Teach beginning of showmanship pivots. Yep. Yep, we can do that.
We were thinking, we come here and work, like, we go a little bit later, like at 9 o'clock.
I mean, it's 7 already, so.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. We'll figure it out, guys. We'll be back, I promise.
Yeah, we'll do the couch stuff for sure.
And we'll do the advanced showmanship tomorrow.
Yep.
With pivots, backing, the whole shebang.
Yeah, that'll be
And then one day we'll have to put a pattern out and like break it down on the ground.
Yes, I want to see you guys go to showmanship places. Okay, so what I think I'll do, what I'd like to do, you got ants in your pants or what, buddy? I think what I'd like to do is, like I just sent in the patterns, let's go over the patterns, right? Let's set the patterns up and we'll go over them. And we'll talk about, like we can do it on the couch and talk about like keys to success for those patterns. And you guys can see how I go over that with my clients and how we prepare for stuff. Because like we said, it's not like this is my horsemanship. That would be my horsemanship warm-up right there, right? I'm not trying to get my horse to do the pattern. I want to make sure that he's athletic and balanced and listening to my aids. And then I teach my clients the pattern. I don't want him to know the pattern. I want him to listen to me. I just want a bug.
Oh, I was like, what happened to you?
I want my clients to know how to guide their horse through a pattern.
You have a mask in your pocket.
I need it. I want my clients to know
or scarf.
how to handle the pattern, right? And I want my horse to listen to me. So, yeah, that would be really good. What's the new schedule? Yeah, so Bonnie, our barn hours changed a lot. We can be here from 5 p.m. Eastern to 10 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
So we have to get everything done between 5 and 10, which puts a cramp in our couch session.
I know. I swear, this whole coronavirus just needs to go away.
Just makes stuff hard. Yep.
At first, I was like, oh, this is nice. You stay home, ride horses. Now I'm like, people are just going crazy.
Good, Hudson. Glad you're enjoying it. Good, good, good. Maybe the couch stuff in the morning, working on stuff during the same day. Yeah, that would be interesting too. Couch in the morning. You have to wake Macy up.
Don't wake me up. I'll be angry.
It'll be like 10 a.m. morning.
I shall be so angry.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's really crappy.
We can still be here though, so that's at least
a
positive. We haven't been shut down yet. So.
No, it'd be really bad if we got shut down.
Really bad if we couldn't come.
I would go insane.
Take what we can get, I guess.
Dude, they have an arena.
Yeah, we have a arena schedule now. Well, we have a barn schedule. Yeah, to keep the workers safe.
Yep.
Yep.
Are you guys' barns open? Like, can you guys just go and ride?
I don't know.
Coffee with Jeremy.
Exactly.
That's so true.
Yeah, that would be fun. We could do coffee with me.
But yeah, you could do coffee with you.
Yeah. That'd be really good.
That might be fun. We got some coffee mugs and
little morning chats.
Little morning chats. People are afraid of being sued. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. Right,
it's crazy.
We'll keep moving here because we got more horses to ride. We're on a time crunch. 9 a.m. there.
She wants on your money on live. That's true. I won't be able to spend his money. Guys, you guys should be thanking me. You're welcome.
Exactly.
That's
Well,
funny.
I hope this helps. I hope this helps you guys understand draw reins. Nothing too crazy with him, right? Like he's like cute.
I know.
Not a game changer maneuver, right? Just something that it's a training tool, right? It's just something to add to your arsenal. It's not going to make or break your rides. Like, don't think like, oh, if I was in draw reins, this would be way better. Just think of the draw as adding the words and bring your chin back, right? Just and bring your chin back. That's all it does. Just give me this maneuver and bring your chin back. Right? If it just added that word to every sentence you told your horse, that's what you end up with. Yep. We'll watch you ride the others, right?
I know. I wish. We'll have to like one day we'll have to do that.
We're gonna get rained on, right? We're
Yeah.
inside here in a second.
One day we'll just put a tripod up and just be live all day.
Yeah, that'd be really fun. Really fun.
That'd be awesome.
Yep, you're very welcome, Jill. Love things we can come OZ to watch.
You
We
guys
love
stay
having
safe.
People from across the sea.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Amazing. Over the ocean. All around the world. UAE today. So cool. Very good.
That is really cool.
Restrictions are lifted till 15. Yeah, our governor's looking at opening things up a little bit more as time goes on. Like I think construction she's looking at, outdoor activities. Hopefully this would qualify as that.
Yeah.
And then
You can mow your lawn now.
Yep, you can mow your lawn now. But everything's locked down to the 15th here.
But I guess I'm just gonna be painting tomorrow. Because now that school's done, I don't know what to do. At least that kind of kept me busy for a little bit.
Tomorrow we'll probably be live on the couch because it's supposed to rain hard.
Oh, really?
Depending on what happens at night. Because it gets too loud in there in the rain.
Yeah, it gets really loud in there.
If you guys want to go all in on a compound, let's buy a compound.
We should. We should.
Put 100 stalls on it.
We could put like all little like homes on there. We could all live.
Yep. Just like Wilmington.
Yeah.
Question center. Put a little house on it. Let's all come out and ride.
That'd be so much fun.
Everybody chip in.
One day.
Everybody chip in. We'll get that done. The LSH Live compound.
Let me ask.
Train only use draws and snaffle. Saw a girl using my curve bit. What are my thoughts? Vote in a new governor. Good call.
Yes.
So you're very welcome, Patty. So Jeffrey, I use a shank bit when I'm practicing horsemanship. Yep.
Yeah,
If I
horsemanship.
wanna get one really solid between the reins. That's a good bit to use. For training sessions, I'm obviously always in a snaffle when I'm working on things. But if I was practicing horsemanship, I usually start out that in a shank bit and draws. Teach our horse how to stay down in the bridle and stay lifting his back. And to teach my riders what it feels like to have one in your hand. So I want the horse to sit on their hand. And I want a rider that understands how comfortable it can be to have a horse just be like in your hand right there. Not above like this, but like down here.
Where does he want to go today?
This frame right here. I don't know, he's got a place to.
I guess
So
so.
right here, in my hand, on my feet, use my feet to keep his back elevated. You buy the Powerball tickets, well, that would be blast.
Let's do that.
That would be blast.
We gotta figure out a destination.
I have the LSH Live Powerball pool. People all over the world.
That'd be so
That's
amazing.
what it counts on, exactly.
That's awesome. But we'll be live tomorrow, hopefully, if it's not downpouring
One way or
rain.
another, we'll be live. Whether you see us on the couch or you see us here.
Yes.
We'll figure it out. We'll make it work.
Thank you guys. We love you. Stay safe.
Be safe out there. Have fun. Texas, I know.
Oh, let's do that. I've never been to Texas and I want to go so bad. Let's put our compound there.
Exactly. We'll see you in the next one, guys. We'll
See
be back.
you. Have a
Maybe
good
tonight,
night.
Tomorrow. Sometime.
Sometime. See you.
Stay safe. See ya.